You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Macy Eglund. A deadly couple of days on our Long Island roadways. A total of 6 people have been killed, including 3 children in separate crashes across Nassau and Suffolk. Newsday TV's Steve Langford reports.
Carnage on the roads of Long Island. 6 killed in crashes in a 14-hour period. At least 9 injured. The death and injury toll beginning at about 7:20 Sunday evening here on Sunrise Highway in Massapequa.
The family going out to get ice cream because Dad just got a new job. He said goodbye to not only his own life, but to that of his daughter and his son, aged 13 and 10.
Police say a 2023 Hyundai Kona traveling at a very high speed smashed into several cars waiting at the red light here, killing 3 members of a family in one car and injuring 3 others in that family. It's all cleaned up now, but the scene was so bad, police had to close down both directions of Sunrise Highway here for more than 8 hours. Then early Monday morning in West Hempstead, a car parked on the side of Hempstead Turnpike was hit by another car at high speed, killing a 6-year-old girl in the parked car.
In an attempt to run the red light, he accelerated at a high rate of speed as he went through the intersection, lost control, and struck the rear of the 2009 Toyota Corolla.
The driver of the speeding car, who police say was drunk, has been arrested. The charges including manslaughter. Also in Hicksville, a 77-year-old man riding a bike the wrong way was hit by a car and died. Police say the crash was not criminal in nature. And later Monday morning in Ronkonkoma, a 72-year-old woman crossing Roseville Avenue south of Motor Parkway was hit by a car, the driver fleeing the scene, the victim dying from her injuries. Nassau police say they're continuing to step up enforcement, but urge drivers to slow down and be responsible. The district attorney, police say, has assured them if there is any criminal activity in the Massapequa multi-victim crash, prosecutions will follow.
I mean, you're killing families. There's 5 kids that's potentially going to die this weekend for this.
Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
The record of a Great Neck South student has now been cleared by the state. As Newsday has reported, the student was suspended after he came into contact with 9 armed intruders at school. Our Sherry Einhorn spoke with the student's father, who's happy with the ruling, but angry over the months of school his son missed.
It was a moment of relief.
A son exonerated and a school district called out by the state education commissioner for disciplinary actions described as shocking to the conscience. It's what Great Neck's Elmer Rodriguez and his son, who we're not naming, have been waiting and hoping for months.
It seemed like it didn't have an end in the beginning. No matter where we went, we were just at that end everywhere.
As Newsday reported, the 16-year-old student from Great Neck South High School was suspended for the year after the district claimed he was involved in a major security breach at the high school in December 2022. 9 trespassers who weren't students got into the building, and some of them were armed with a taser, pepper spray, and a knife. The teen was allowed back after 4 months after the family appealed to the state, but the incident was still reflected on his record, which he said wasn't fair.
Do you think you did anything wrong?
No, I don't think so.
The district had previously said that appropriate action was taken, but according to this July 31st ruling, State Education Commissioner Betty Rosa disagreed, ordering the district to expunge the suspension from the student's record.
This was a very strong rebuke of the Great Neck School District and Great Neck South officials specifically. The commissioner, in very strong language, said that the district should have been more concerned with the security and the safety breach that happened at Great Neck South High School rather than disciplining a student who randomly came across armed intruders.
Commissioner Rosa said the student's action pales in comparison to the inability of the district to prevent or discover the trespassers. She also said that ideally the student would have reported the incident to an adult, but that he can't be punished for not doing so. The district superintendent, who is new since this incident, issued a statement to Newsday saying in part, "I remain committed to investigating the matter in its entirety and reviewing with all parties involved." He also added that appropriate outreach has been made to review the matter.
We are trying our best for him to just let this down for a little bit and just move on with his life.
For Newsday TV, I'm Sherry Einhorn.
Only in Newsday, an LIRR ticket option popular among hybrid commuters is now going away. Newsday's transportation reporter Alfonso Castillo has that story.
The MTA has a plan to raise fare revenue by about 4% by the end of August, but the cost for some Long Island Railroad riders is going to go up by a lot more than that.
My ticket price will be going up approximately 30%.
You heard that right. Because the LIRR is eliminating its 20-trip ticket, the cost for Bethpage commuter Stephen Riegler to take 20 rides between Bethpage and Penn Station will go up from $224 to $290, an increase of 29.5%.
I think it's outrageous. The Long Island Railroad is clearly not in tune with their customers right now.
The LIRR launched the 20-trip ticket in March of last year to appeal to customers who were only going to the office a few days a week and no longer needed a monthly commuter pass. The 20-trip ticket is about 20% cheaper than the cost of 20 peak trips. But MTA officials say the 20-trip ticket isn't selling nearly as well as monthly passes, which were discounted by 10% last year, also to lure back riders who stopped taking the train during the COVID-19 pandemic.
With the return of ridership and new patterns, we think that we should discuss whether to keep the pilot or eliminate it as ridership is coming back and customers will most likely at the patterns area already have the alternative for a deeply discounted monthly ticket on the railroads.
As much as the MTA might want to return to a 5-day commute, Riegler said for him and thousands of other Long Islanders, it's not coming back anytime soon.
There is clearly still a significant majority of people out there right now that are commuting on a hybrid schedule, 1, 2, maybe 3 days a week, and this ticket is perfect for them. This is what the Long Island Railroad should be doing, is serving their constituents, and they're not doing that by removing this 20-trip ticket.
The new fares take effect August 20th. For Newsday TV, I'm Alfonso Castillo.
Read more about the fare changes on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Northwell Health is getting over $109 million to cover some of its COVID expenses. That money is coming from FEMA. Here's a breakdown of the reimbursement. $94.9 million for personal protective equipment, $8.6 million for cleaning and disinfecting supplies, and $5.9 million for infection control, air filtration upgrades, and barriers. Only in Newsday, Nassau County is set to pay 2 towns $6.3 million total. A settlement has been reached in a lawsuit over who pays the cost for students attending the Fashion Institute of Technology. Now, state law says if a Nassau or Suffolk resident goes to FIT, the counties must cover some of the expense. The towns of Hempstead and North Hempstead will get the money from Nassau County. Let's take a look at your Long Island forecast now. We could see another round of rain, possibly thunderstorms tonight. Breezy with highs in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, scattered storms continue into the morning, but then clearing out to be partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 70s for your Tuesday.
Long Island weather is brought to you by the Canine Center.
From the South Shore to Hollywood to the Hamptons, Steve Gutenberg from the 516 talks to Elisa DiStefano about his play at Bay Street Theater in Sag Harbor.
How exciting to have your show here in the Hamptons.
Yeah, Bay Street Theater. And we're thrilled about doing the Tales from the Gutenberg Bible.
Massapequa native Steve Gutenberg is sharing his story on the Sag Harbor stage.
You are the only Gutenberg.
The autobiographical comedy was written by and is told by Gutenberg himself. It takes us along on his journey from the South Shore to the silver screen.
I was 17 years old and I thought, I guess this is what Hollywood people do.
You think it'll have some special meaning for the Long Island audience?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm a 516 guy. So when I say Massapequa, and people will understand where I'm at. And by the way, I was a Newsday carrier. Swimming pools, movie stars.
The 90-minute show has 90 characters and 4 actors, in addition to the one and only Steve Gutenberg.
Dad, I need $500 soon, pronto.
pronto.
Arnie and I had the daunting privilege of playing Steve's parents.
Do you have the Long Island accent down? Let's hear it.
Well, no, it's actually more of a Brooklyn. It's more of a Brooklyn. You have to come to the show to hear it. Yeah, okay.
Tales from the Gutenberg Bible is directed by David Saint and will be at the Bay Street Theater through August 27th.
There's a reason why Steve was the boy next door for all those years, starring in all those movies. It's because he genuinely is that.
I hope the audience laughs a lot and finds meaning in stories about my family, because we can all relate. And we can all relate to the ups and downs of our careers. Also, my friends and my family live here. They're going to be coming to the shows every night, so I'm really lucky. It's going to be a lot of fun.
For Newsday TV, Elisa DiStefano.
So I want to know if you've still got it, Steve.
I do. All right, let's see.
Going back to the roots now. You still got it. You still
Hit the
got
seat
it.
right in the middle.
Still got it. Read more about Steve Gutenberg's Bay Street show on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. It was the home of the only president from Long Island, and the waterfront hamlet has a ton to do. We're heading to Oyster Bay in today's Destination Downtown. Oyster Bay was home to Theodore Roosevelt, America's 26th president from 1885 to 1919. And the town embraces that history with his statue, but also several shops in his name. Their main street features great local businesses, restaurants, coffee shops, a bookstore, and a local brewery. Perfect for a night out. But in the summer, a lot of the action in this town is on the water.
The Waterfront Center is just a small gem in Oyster Bay that I feel like a lot of people unfortunately don't know about.
The Waterfront Center is a small nonprofit that offers recreation and education for both kids and adults, allowing everyone to get out on the water and try something new. I decided to take a paddleboard for a spin and somehow managed to stay dry.
You let us know, would you rather rent a kayak, stand-up paddle, or we have a new 17-foot paddleboard called the Mothership that you can actually fit 6 adults on, which is really fun.
Plus, paddleboard yoga offered several days a week, morning and night. And you supply everything, the paddleboard, the kayak, the life jacket, all of it.
Absolutely, we supply everything. You just need to bring yourself and some friends.
And a smile.
And a smile, yes.
Their kids' programs offer hands-on learning activities, and families can take a cruise on Christine, the oldest oyster sloop in America. After a day on the water, it's time for a snack at the Bonanza Stand. This family-owned and operated stand has been serving the community for over 125 years, and everyone comes here for 2 things.
Oh, the ices. The ices and the hot dogs.
Phil Bonanza's grandfather started the business, and they're still going strong today.
It's a great town. It's a good community. What keeps us going, not only the good products we have, it's the customers. And they're the best in the world.
They started with just lemon ices. Phil had to get permission from his grandfather to start making more, and now they have this long list of flavors. This is pink lemonade.
We make our own Italian ices, every flavor. We make them right here.
And they'll be serving them up for a 4th generation.
My son will take it over, and I just hope he keeps it going. It's like a staple.
A sweet summer staple. That paddleboarding takes more concentration than you think. For more on Destination Downtown Oyster Bay, to try it out yourself, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say Install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Macy Egland. Thanks for joining us. We'll leave you with a look at your 7-day forecast. Have a great